Welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone enjoyed their holidays. We are back with the Retro Anime Junkies Anime Association. Definitely go to our page, follow, like, and subscribe all our videos. And today we're gonna be diving into Tenchi Universe. I'm with my man G, all the way from England. How you
What's
feeling
up,
today,
guys?
bro?
Yeah, no, all good, man. Yeah, all good. Ready to talk a lot of Tenchi universe. So yeah, I'm ready for that.
Yeah, yeah, man. So look. If you don't know about Tenchi Muyo, this was a lot of people's first anime. It was in the Toonami era. But sometimes people get confused because it was so many spinoffs. Uh, Basically a remake made like a year later type stuff. So this is actually the remake. And there's also an OVA that came out before this. Now, Tenchi Muyo is a crazy fantasy, you might say. It's you can consider it a space opera because most of the characters in it are aliens, and the whole backstory is about, what I'm saying, aliens for real, you might say. So let me ask you this, G. After going back and rewatching it at your age now, how do you look at it?
Ben, I still the first, I still look at it the same as when I actually watched it. The first time around as a little kid, man. It's like it's it's special. It's a special type of anime
Yeah.
with a special type of feel. It's like it kind of brings together that whole concept that there's a lot of different characters who were what you'd call like wanderers, didn't really have places that they fully belonged, but they just
Mm-hmm.
somehow felt like they belonged when they were with Tenchi and his grandfather. It was just a nice, good feeling. Maybe the thing that's probably changed the most out of me watching it again is which of the ladies I like the most. That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
what's
yeah,
changed the
yeah.
most.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you though, bro. Tenchi is a Riz King, bro. Like he ain't even try. He didn't even try, bro. Like they all wanted to be around him, even the mom though. And the mom is, bro. I forgot how old she said she was though, but I know she was a couple thousand years old because
Yeah.
as we got in the story, most of these characters are like thousands of years old, and that's the crazy high fantasy that I love. Like I love stuff that's like unbelievable, you might say. So
Yep.
this really touched on a lot of my childhood, you know what I'm saying, like fantasy movies I used to look at back in the day or books I used to read type stuff. Now,
Yep.
me looking at it as an adult now, yeah, bro, like story still sticks to me, dog. And like I said, I just rewatched the OVA and
Yep.
and this basically. Uh the whole character development, like you said, like people that's like normally that's been, like I said, been living for like thousands of years, like are accustomed and stuck in their ways of being cold to everybody, and he just opens them up. Like
Yeah.
my thing, I don't know. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. In Tenchi Universe, right? Was there an episode with when damn, what's the name of the race of people that he is? Jirai.
Gerard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jirai.
Gerard. Yeah.
So the Jirai scientist basically made a had a assistant robot type stuff. And they wanted to basically kidnap Washu, the little short
Yes.
scientist, little
Yep.
Washu. Uh
Washing.
so
Love a bit of washing.
in order to do that, they wanted to replicate Ryoko. I don't know if they still had that same episode in there. I don't know for
Um,
sure.
I
I don't know
don't
if they
think
took it
I don't.
out.
No, I don't remember if they did have that episode.
I might need to check that out then because it honestly played a big role in Ryoko's character building because
Mm.
what Washu had said after they basically found out that Ryoko was a clone walking around the whole time. Um,
Yep.
Washu was saying, "I look at this as my daughter, but she is my creation," type stuff. But I had to split her in half because I probably wouldn't be able to handle her whole attitude the whole time. So the whole time she did some eyes and stuff and basically planted that robot in there, and she knew the scientist was going to go ahead and basically try to replicate Ryoko. And the clone basically had all her true feelings. And when it
Hmm.
combined her back together, her whole attitude changed, and the development in Ryoko was dope. Like
Yeah.
even down to I can't think of. I'm terrible with names, man.
Which
Uh,
one?
the the little girl, the youngest one, but she's actually older.
Um. Oh.
What's her name,
No.
sister?
Oh. What's an? Hold on. Hold on. Because there was. Because I knew I was confusing it. I was about to say Ryoki, but Ryoki is the little pet.
Yeah,
It is. Oh shoot! I forgot.
you know what? We might as well just go ahead and just look it up and
Yeah,
call it a
yeah,
day.
yeah. I'm a girl. Oh man, uh,
I got you.
that's actually messed me up.
It's all good, bro. Look, we getting old, bro.
uh,
Sasame.
Sasami. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
even down to Sasame, like we got their whole backstory. Uh,
Hmm.
how like she actually died when she was younger, type stuff. Sorry, y'all,
Yeah.
if y'all haven't seen Tenchi Muyo, spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
But it's
Spoiler
really
alert.
not.
Yeah.
It's really not a spoiler alert because this thing been out since 1995, so it is what it is. But yeah, they basically had a whole character development with them, and like the whole world building is just it's well put together, honestly. And now, who is your favorite character, though?
uh, well, that's just like growing up. Growing up, it was Ryoko.
Yeah,
Then after a little bit, it kind of changed to Washu, right? But at this big age of mine,
come on, bro, don't
um,
disappoint me.
what's her name? Kione. Kione,
Come on, police officer. Yeah.
she a baddie. Listen, she a baddie. I am
Mm-hmm.
not. It was she ever since I don't know, it's like I'm not really one of these people that's like, oh my god, I'm in, like bloody fantasies of like uniform people. That's not me. But
Mm-hmm.
like I'm just looking at Keone, I'm thinking, girl, you smart. Like
Yeah.
you smart, you nice
And she can
looking,
fight. And she can
yeah, it's
fight.
like you motivated, man. I was like, man, Tenchi needs to take off these big goggle eyes that he's got because he's seeing the wrong vision. Because
Yeah.
Keone is actually the
He
one.
got real. He got warehouse eyes, bro. That's what we call it
Yeah.
out here in America. Like you just look at
Wow.
it, you just look at anything like, oh yeah, man, she bad, bro. Like, no, bro, you need to look at her, bro. Stop looking
Yeah.
at anything else, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Oh man, no, I love Keone. Keone is probably the best one of them all. And then second place Ryoko. But nah,
Yeah,
Keone is elite in my eyes at least. What
yeah.
about you, man? You can't let me answer that and not tell me yours.
Oh yeah. So I got two just like you. Of course, it's Washu because yeah, bro. Cause she dumb smart. She always can figure stuff out, bro. I love like, bro, like my favorite captain in Bleach, bro. Captain Maori. Just
Yes.
a crazy scientist that just take risk and don't care what happens.
Yeah.
But he's doing
Um.
it for a bigger cause though. And like to actually like get all her lore and breakdown of everything like she, you know what I'm saying, she been through, like yeah, bro, it's pretty deep, bro. Like this
Yeah.
lady is smart. Like she makes pocket dimensions out of nowhere. Uh, she basically created Ryoko, all the ships that
Mhm.
was on Jirai. And she's over 2,000 years old. She's pretty old. Like
Yep.
so, for the fact that she figured out how to structure life out and everything, like that's crazy too. Now my second favorite character is probably the funniest dude, bro, and that's Tenchi's dad, bro. His dad just be terrorizing him, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I'm not. I'm with you on that. You know,
Bro,
because like, yeah, he be talking the loudest there. His
yeah,
dad,
and then, bro,
yeah, his dad does
the
quite
dad and the
well.
grandfather. Look, the dad and the grandfather, when they all three together, bro, they always, bro, it's hilarious, bro. I'm sorry, like his dad always just finds reason to fuck with him, though. I'm not even gonna hold you, like he always does, and that's the type of like comedy that we don't really get too much more in like newer animes now. Like
No,
I
no,
think they
no.
kind of steered away from a lot of comedy things because people get so defensive and you don't know if you're going to, you know what I'm saying, really like hurt somebody's feelings for a joke that you put in there. Because them
Yeah.
old jokes, bro, yeah,
Yeah,
them just
but
crazy.
also like they stopped doing that now because everything now that we watch, everybody just wants things to be fast paced. Get to the action. Where's the action? This that. Come on now. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
And
You
that's the
know, it's
thing,
like
bro.
yeah,
Like you don't get no type of you can get world building from that, but that'll be the world that is built around. Just that.
yeah,
Like you won't get no in-depth type stuff. And I understand what people are saying, like they don't want to have to look at that all the time. Well, I don't want to look at brain rot stuff. I'm sorry. Like I
no,
want something that I can actually like help build my writing type stuff. Like I can get example for that. Like it's easy to go and just okay, I'm about to just make a whole battle shonen type stuff and just have it just give them the same generic type style like they've been doing, just rinse and
mhm,
repeating it. And it's like I don't know, but this one right here is a gem, bro. Like I love high fantasy space anime, bro. I love that. I love
yeah,
it, bro. Now,
yeah, no,
now as far as like I was about to say, what's the most thing that you like out of the series from like the story, the fightings, or the comedic aspect?
um, I think because the story does, you know, I think we've kind of spoken about this a little bit on some previous retro episodes. Is that like the thing with these kind of animes is the story doesn't kick off in the first five
Yeah,
episodes.
facts,
You know, it shows you every other thing because what they used to do is they make you care about the characters first.
facts,
You
facts,
see,
facts.
and then when the stuff starts happening, good, bad, and ugly, you're very much invested in the characters
Yes,
to be like, oh no, what's happening? But like as we're saying, like now you don't really get enough time to actually be fully invested
facts,
in the
bro.
character. So I would probably say for me, it wasn't more so much the story because that kicks off later on, but it was
Yeah.
just more so the it was more so I enjoyed more so the adventures that they had because with each adventure that they were having, they were growing closer. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you had Ryoko, you had Sasami, you had the Sasame's sister, I forget her name for a sec, who and she liked Tenchi a lot, but
Maika.
she would, she would always beef with
Yeah.
Ryoko, right? But in a way, like you find out that they have a type of respect for each other, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it was just those kind of aspects that I loved more so about the anime than the action because the action was okay. It was like,
Yeah.
you know, I think my favorite was the one where was the bounty hunter who comes looking for Ryoko with Ryoki, the
Mm-hmm.
male version of that shit. So that was probably a good episode, but in terms of everything else, like, you know, when it came to Tenchi Universe, I wasn't really fully invested in terms of action wise. It was more so that story building where it was building upon
Facts.
those characters.
And I like that you said that too because, like you said, bro, like retro anime, man, like the main dramatic stuff don't come to like later on in the series type stuff, you might would say. So, like you said, which is excellent story writing, they start off with something like over the top. Okay, boom. Then they throw all these characters in your face.
Mhm.
Then they build on those characters, giving each of them their backstories, flashbacks, whatever the case might be, and basically get you invested. Then something big, dramatic that's going to change everything up in one episode, and now you just
Mm.
hooked. See, you already got, you know what I'm saying, everybody's story, so you know the feelings behind all of them. And then when you
Yep.
get to the dramatic stuff, it hits different. But you can't do that now, man. Like, damn, everybody just want Mappa to go crazy with the studio, you know what I'm saying, with the animation fight scenes, all that, because that's
Yep.
all we
Yep.
getting
Yep.
it, bro. That's all we getting in January. Is straight hands in January.
Then,
Except
listen,
except except
yeah,
for free reign.
yeah.
Except for free
I mean,
reign.
we like hands. I like hands. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
hands.
definitely.
But
Definitely.
I like the one of my favorite things, and I do this a lot with mangas, for example. There are so many moments where you get so invested in the story as you're reading it because the characters there. It's not just hands, but it's like the characters. They
Yeah.
kind of really layer it through. Something happens. I literally, while I'm reading, I always just put the phone down, and I'm like, oh fuck, they did that. Are you kidding me? And I
Yeah.
spend like at least 3 minutes, just 3 minutes going like, what the hell? Oh my god, how dare you do this to this character? What the hell? What the hell? And then I pick up reading. But that's because they've pulled you in. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's the exact same thing with those retro animes, because they always brought you in. And then when something happens to your favorite character, because you've become so invested in them, you're like, you're upset. Either you're
Yeah.
upset, you happy, you angry. But that's what they want you to feel, because they've taken the time to really build it up to
Yeah.
when it gets to the hands, you're so much more invested in the character instead of the
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah. They definitely like hook you right in, bro. They just
Yeah.
set the reel out there, like, hey, come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on. Got him. Good to go, bro. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's why I love, you know what I'm saying, retro anime, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Down to the music and everything, bro.
Mm.
What I'm about to say. Of course, we already talked about that. I was about to say, do you think the show like handles the comedy and emotional beats well? Like,
Yeah, it really does, man. It really does.
okay.
It's one of the better. It's one of the better ones, really. I mean, there's loads of good ones. So me saying one of the better ones, I mean,
No,
like
facts, facts.
amongst a massive pool of really good retro animes, it is one of the better ones that holds, like, that really sends you in with that emotional pull. So yeah, no, it's up there. It's up there for sure.
All right. Now, who do you think is the heart of the episode? Because, bro, barely throughout the whole thing, like, I'm gonna say, like, yeah, we see Tenchi. It is called Tenchi,
Hmm.
but we see other characters more than him most of the time.
Hmm.
Now, between these two, do you think Ryoko carries it, or do you think everything's solely about Little Washu?
Hmm. That's a bit of an interesting one, because I would probably say,
That's a hard one, bro. I'm gonna explain to you why it's hard after you give me
yeah,
the
because I
answer.
think I think you want to say Ryoko, but it's not actually Ryoko. I mean, other than the first few parts of the actual season, yeah, you get a lot of Ryoko until Washu comes in, but like Ryoko itself, they never, like, unless, because in universe they never really, like, gave Ryoko such a spotlight as a character. Like, they showed you things like she likes
Hmm.
Tenchi. You could see that she had history with some stuff that she was
Yeah,
dealing with, but you also saw that there was potential for an extra layer on that character. But then with more characters coming in, you kind of got you kind of got Ryoko in sparing spots. You'd see her do
See,
certain things.
yeah,
But then when Washu's there, there's like, you get the whole ha ha ha, Washu the Great, ha ha ha, Washu the Great.
mm-hmm,
But you get more from a Washu standpoint than you would from
yeah,
a Ryoko. So it's easy for people to assume Ryoko carries the thing because it's
mm-hmm,
like, because you see she's the
yeah,
first one that you see her interacting with Tenchi and so forth, but she's actually not the one that carries the series, in my opinion. It's
okay,
Washu, and if I had to pick out of those two, but it was a
okay.
difficult one.
Now, let me tell you what I think. Like you said, it's a difficult one because I can go both ways, honestly. Because look, um, Ryoko is, of course, Washu's perfect creation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it goes hand in hand with what's the Ryoki, which is
The
the
ship, yeah.
Jirai ships. Um, Now Ryoko is the perfect, specimen, you might say.
Mm-hmm.
They can't duplicate a Ryoki. They can't. But they can duplicate Ryoko, which who can control the ships, which
Mm.
which mean they wouldn't have to keep on like doing the same old process they was doing. So
Yeah.
that's one thing that I would say about it. Really was like in the OVA was like that too. Basically, she was Jiraiya was trying to get her. You know what I'm saying? Perfect specimen. Then you got Washu. Without her helping the Jiraiya, you know what I'm saying, dynasty, basically they would never be able to get that type of technology type stuff. So
Yeah.
on one hand, they're after her too. So it's kind of the focus really goes off of Tenchi a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
it turns into the Ryoko and Washu show. I would say,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of big differences between the OVA and universe. So
Mm-hmm.
that's probably the reason why you didn't see her as much because they definitely dived on the Ryoko story a whole lot in the OVA. Like, I mean, a
Yeah.
lot, bro. Like, it's majority about her and Washu the whole time, I would say. Um, I would have to say, but yeah, I had to agree with you on that. I had to say Washu. Because without Washu, they wouldn't be able to do nothing. Most of the
Yeah.
technology they got on Jirai is from her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, you already answered that question already. Um, who's your least favorite?
Mm. Oh, what's her name? Mihosho, the blonde one. I
Yeah,
probably only because like
she bad though.
either either she fucks up the plans, one, she stresses out Kione, two, she just ruins certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I think but also it's like I get it. She was always the she was meant to be the comedic relief, if you will. But like there are some moments where I think her comedic moment just doesn't land with me. Like
Yeah,
when certain things are happening, and then she's like, "Oh, Keone, this, whatever," and it just doesn't
bruh,
land because it's just the wrong moment for
bruh.
it.
She is so stupid, bro. Like the reports that she writes.
Yeah,
You remember when she wrote a report to Jiraiya, no, to the Galactic Police, but she was supposed to send it immediately. But when they got it, they was like, bro, what the heck is this? You know how long it's going to take her for us to decipher this stupidity? Like, I
yeah,
can't tell what is what. And then Jiraiya, saying Jiraiya dynasty comes like, I say like months later to come pick up the two sisters. And
yeah.
that's the crazy part. All because she is so slow, bro. And she always forgets everything. How you forget you
Yeah.
went through a black hole, bro?
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I was saying. Like there were just moments where it works. There are
Bruh,
moments where it works, and then
yeah.
there's just moments where it just doesn't land. You're just like, this is not what I need right now. Like in a high moment where things are really really getting interesting.
hmm
Because I think it was what was it? I'm trying to remember. Oh my, I'm trying to remember. I forgot the exact scene, but I think there was just a moment where she kind of just messed up a couple of things, and I was just like, I was like, I'm fully invested. I don't need the joke right now, and
Yeah, no facts, facts.
what you're throwing is not what I need right now.
All right, yeah. So look, mine is the grandfather, that finesser.
Wait,
Like
you don't like the grandfather?
I like him, but I just like the
He's
fact
your
that
least favorite.
he keeps so much stuff away from Tenchi, bro. Like they really think that man's old, but he's not though. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
bro, I'm like, bro, you could have, bro, and then you sat there and act like you didn't know old girl when she came down there.
yeah.
The whole time. Oh, I know why, because you was supposed to marry her. I'm like,
Yeah,
dog,
yeah,
I'm like,
because yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, because he ran away. He ran away from that.
and fell in love
Um,
with Earth Girl.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That seems to be a theme in anime these days.
That
My
you
Tim
mean
was like,
back
yeah,
that,
Tim
that
was like,
that was back then,
yeah. Tim was like, it's been years since he's watched Tenchi.
bruh.
Yeah,
Nah,
I'll
now
put it.
you're right. It really does seem like it's a it really does seem like it's a it was a going thing. Like, and they continue that on. Just like even in
Mhm.
Seven Deadly Sins, like that right there, like that was one of the things that really like made me like hold on, bro. Why is he kissing this little girl? Oh no, she's 1,000 years old. Bro, I don't care. She looks like a little girl.
You
That
know what I
doesn't make
mean?
it. I don't care about her backstory, none of that stuff. Like, bro, she looks like a damn child. She's shaped like a
Yeah,
child. I'm good,
yeah.
bro. Like, I'm
I
good on
swear.
that.
Yeah, I swear. Wasn't there something in Helsing as well? There was that vampire that was in a child's body, but like it was like hella old when police girl went to visit her.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, bro, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know what kind of boundaries they be trying to push, but I be like, bro, these aren't good boundaries, dog. Like, you need to stay from behind those boundaries, bro. Just don't come across these boundaries, bro. Stay right there.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
now, do you feel like there are some? Well, let's start with what genre it is. It's a horror, of course, high fantasy. Um, can you see some modern anime like influences from Tenchi at all? Any like new ones?
Hmm. Um. Very difficult because I think, yeah, very difficult because we don't really get a lot of these animes now where it's
hmm
one boy and like five girls.
Oh,
And if we
oh, yeah.
huh?
Well, we get a
And if
couple.
no, I mean if we do, it's probably not stuff I've watched
Yeah.
because I mean, like I prefer what is it called? Um I think the thing is it only works it works for the style with the like with the outlaw stars and all these other
hmm
things because in and around the times when it was done like everybody had specific ideas or very
hmm
similar ideas. So it's like there's a lot more continuity from when you watch a space adventure with Tenchi and when you watch
Yeah.
a space adventure with Cowboy Bebop and Outlaw Star. There's
Yeah.
similarities,
Yeah.
whereas like now it's like it's not the same. I don't want to,
Yeah.
so, but also I do want to say like, I'm probably not the best person to ask when it comes to comparing the newer stuff with the retro stuff because like, I think
Yeah.
like I'm enjoying a lot more of the older stuff. Like I'm even watching like, the only newer one, the newer one that I'm watching, but is old is I'm watching Yaiba. I like
Yeah,
Yaiba,
yeah, yeah. Y'all be dope.
stuff like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I would say, in my opinion, in terms of my enjoyment of that kind of feel, there's nothing really that I think is similar to what we got from Tenchi. But like I said, I haven't
Yeah.
watched a lot of newer stuff. So
Okay.
if anyone's got some newer stuff that they want to recommend, that's closer to like what Tenchi Muyo, that's what Tenchi universe was like,
Well, I got you
drop
right
them,
now.
drop them in the comments as
Hey, y'all
well.
can
So
drop y'all's too. Yeah, y'all can
yeah,
drop
then
y'all's
we'll
too.
have a look. We'll have a look at that.
Now, as far as story wise, no. Now,
Hmm.
concept of one guy and like five girls, whatever the case might be. Yeah,
Hmm.
we got stuff like Eminence and Shadow. We
Yep.
got Konosuba, ReZero. Most of them, you could say most of them, like they took it, you know what I'm saying, changed the genre. They just took that concept and threw it into an isekai. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Uh, so I can see that type of influence and like the comedy that be between them. I can see that into a lot of modern anime as well. But I guess they just left the story building back in the 90s, I guess, which you know what I'm saying, like I said, you know what I'm saying earlier. Uh, if we can still get that type of like world building and modern stuff, bro, like we won't have so many people screaming, let's just see nothing but hands. Let's see nothing but
Yep.
hands. Nah, bro. I want character development, bro. But yeah, shows like that really, really do. Man, what is Tim talking about?
He just said
He
cheese
does
ain't gonna
he
watch any modern series until they're considered retro. Possibly, Tim. Possibly. Possibly.
he is
Possibly.
crazy. Well, we're gonna go ahead and close it off, but I got one more question for you.
Hit me.
From a scale for 1 to 10, what do you give Tenchi Universe?
Hmm. I think I would probably give it. I'd probably say a 7.5. I'll say a 7.5, because a lot of this, because the the actual caring of the series comes more so from the first half of the season, where you really kind of get to grips with the characters and you really start to care about them more less than what ends up happening when they go to space and all of that stuff. While as that stuff is fine, but it's not the primary reason why you
Mm-hmm.
care. You care more about how everything transpiring that's about to happen with all the characters and all the fights and all of the stuff. How is it gonna You care more about how it's gonna affect Mihoshi, Kiyone, Washu, Ryoko, Sasame, and everybody. That's what you care about more, how it impacts them, not
Yeah.
exactly you don't care about the grandfather. You don't care about that he was like that he was the prince and whatever he was supposed to do about that.
I
You just
care.
care about
I care. I care
no,
about that. Nah, because he terrible. He
yeah,
terrible.
but you care more about the emotions of how all of that happens is
Mm-hmm.
affecting the individuals here,
Yeah.
and which
Yeah.
is a good testament to the to story. That's why I give it a 7.5, because it's like, the action was okay, but it wasn't strong
Mm-hmm.
enough for me to care about the action, because the
Yeah.
characters the
Facts.
characters were just so much more better than the
Yeah.
action itself.
Facts. Tim talking about he give it
Nah,
a
he's
7.36759 out of 10.
he's a menace. He's a
Right, man.
menace. Tim,
Hey, do me a
Tim.
favor and round that up, please, to a 7.4.
Yeah.
Now, with me, like I said, I've been invested for years into Tenchi. It's in one of my it's in my top 10. Um,
Hmm.
I probably back in the day, I probably would have gave it like you know what I'm saying, probably a 7 or so, because
Yep.
I ain't appreciated that as much. There was so many other things on at the time,
Yep.
but after going and looking at all the spinoffs, because I'm gonna warn y'all right now. It's about 10 spinoffs. And spinoffs, the movies are considered spinoffs as well. But bro, like you can get real confused because the characters are different in each universe, and they got different
Mm.
emotions in each universe. But me having looked at all of those, I will have to give it a 8.5 because it was the first to ever do what they did. Uh, and we still haven't seen anything like it since.
Yeah.
Uh, except for the concept of a guy getting surrounded by five girls, basically. Yeah. We got that plenty of times. But we're gonna bring it to a close. Tell me what y'all think down in the comment section about our discussion. Are you gonna go watch it? If you don't, you can run my fade. But on top of that, let us know what y'all want to hear us say. You know, I say hear us say, wow. Hear us talk about on the next Retro Anime Junkies. Actually, we already had set that up. I said Casher and Sin. So that will be the next one we're talking about. Okay. Um, got anything else, G? What was that?
No. That's about it. I think more likely, yeah, we'll probably say is, yeah, we'll probably see you guys in the next episode. If you stick around on the channel, like to, like and subscribe. We got some good
There you
stuff
go.
coming out. A1 going to be dropping a Bleach breakdown at some point. He's working on that now.
Oh,
We
they're already
may.
out. They're
Hmm?
already out, bro. I got 3 episodes
Oh,
already out. Yeah.
okay. And if you guys are lucky, there might be a bonus episode this Sunday with me, A1, and two other mystery guests to talk about some Bleach. So discussing all things Bleach, captain stories, power-ups, and bonkais and everything. So you guys keep a lookout for that bonus episode, if it does actually show up.
All right. This has been the Anime Association, man, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.